And I believe we're live.
Looks like we are live on Twitch as well. I'm just gonna retweet something on my end and we should be extra good to go. Alright, cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Welcome to the TechNet Show. Man, it is
Uh,
tiring right now. This is a tiring day.
it is. It's a very, very late hour to a very. I'm assuming it's been a long day for the two of us.
Yes, it has. So let's get through this. So, let's start off with a big topic. Well, I mean, as big as you're going to get this week. Okay, whenever there's a large Apple event, I swear the next few weeks of tech news is dry. Like, really dry.
No, yeah. Yeah, usually we get a big reveal from the next the Apple device to come out. We talk about that for the next couple, and then we like hang on to it for the next couple of weeks. But in the meantime, everyone else is just kind of sitting idly by, just doing their occasional maintenance updates here and there.
Yeah. I feel like these companies are like, well, we don't want to get caught up in the Apple news cycle.
Yeah, we can cruise for now.
Yeah.
Got nothing else going on. We'll wait for our other times. Another
And
time
then
to
there's
shine.
Nintendo that everyone's been asking for a feature from its creation in
Forever.
when was it released? Where are you? Since 2017.
Yeah.
We've been
The parts
asking
were
for it.
nice.
Nintendo pretty much ignored everyone. Everyone speculated they weren't doing it because there's going to be too much latency. And then out of the blue,
We finally fixed the Joy-Con drift. No,
no,
no. Oh, okay. I guess
no.
I guess we just gotta wait for that one. Okay.
You know, the funny thing is that they had no comment about the OLED version when people asked about it.
That's a good question. Do we have any other any other question? But anyway.
Yeah, so now you can use Bluetooth headphones. Of course, as with all Bluetooth headphones, your mileage may vary. It depends on how much latency there is on your Bluetooth headphones. People seem to have been getting pretty good luck with their AirPod Pros.
Yeah.
So, it's Bluetooth. Everyone hates
Oh,
Bluetooth.
and while I'm sure this is fairly common on other devices, of course, with this being a more recent thing with a Nintendo product, once again, your mileage may vary.
Yeah. Yeah. Latency, though.
Latency.
The one and only reason why I despise Android.
Yeah, yeah.
Bluetooth audio latency. I don't know what kind of voodoo magic Apple does, but I swear there's like no latency on the iPhone with Bluetooth.
Yeah, yeah. Somehow found a way to get that unlocked down.
Yeah. And then there's Android that is sometimes really good. Like really good. And then out of the blue it like stops.
Yeah. They're working on it. They're iteratively going through each of the major steps, and we were just they didn't get to all of it, I guess.
Yeah. Oh well. Well, I mean that was a small piece of news. So let's move on to the next one. Let's talk about DLSS. So,
DLSS.
uh yesterday I believe. Yesterday, Nvidia got 28 more titles with DLSS, bringing their total up to 100 games. You know what? Let's make this a bigger topic. Let's not talk about this story in particular. Let's talk about DLSS. What do
Okay.
you think about DLSS?
What do I think about DLSS?
Coming from someone that I know has not experienced the beauty of DLSS.
Nah, yeah. I am not running any equipment that's allowed anywhere near DLSS. But I want to make sure if I'm remembering DLSS correctly. DLSS is the one that kind of allows you to, was it running like, was it
So
like
basically,
higher resolution or higher?
it
Sorry.
renders the video at like 480, and then it upscales it to 1080 or 4K or whatever.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
So you're kind of
480 is a baseline. Sometimes it does it higher depending on the settings or whatever.
okay.
It's an upscaler. It's a good upscaler.
Okay. I'm guessing you can run in a very similar, like performance-wise, the 480 or 720 or whatever it's running on, but you get the same
Yep.
look as if it was like 1080 or 4K or what have you.
Yes.
And on that note, it honestly is something I would love. I wish I had the opportunity to mess around with. I'm not sure. Uh, yeah, I can't speak from practice. It does sound like a very lovely thing. Sounds like a very complicated thing to get working, but oh, I'm assuming with the right hardware, you should be okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's actually a really really good piece of kit. Um, this is definitely one of those. Like some games have higher quality versions of DLSS. Other games, you see it. I mean, no matter what, I feel like you can kind of see it, especially when you're moving around. So the issue with DLSS is when you're moving around and the scene's not still, there's some artifacting
Hmm,
and ghosting.
I can see that.
So while it might be good for like those really nice looking games, it could be harmful in games such as like Fortnite or CS:GO. I mean that doesn't support it, but just
Man,
throwing names out there. Like Fortnite.
all of your all of your fast-paced first-person, third-person battle royale, lots of movement, lots of action kind of games. I'm assuming.
Like the type of game that if you can't see your opponent well, there's a chance that you're gonna die.
Yeah. In that like split nanosecond where you have to determine whether or not you're trying to shoot at the enemy or the ghost image of the enemy, well, you're pretty much dead.
And I remember this weird bug, I think in like Cold War a while ago, that DLSS made the crosshair disappear.
Oh,
No, not the crosshair, the red dot sight.
oh, yeah, that's not ideal. That's not ideal at all.
And we're going through these topics faster than I would like. I was
Yeah,
hoping that I could park here for a bit. I see
I
that my
mean,
parking hasn't worked.
have you ever experienced DLS? Have you had the opportunity to experience DLSS?
Yes, I have in No Man's Sky.
Ah, I wish I could experience No Man's Sky without freeze. Anyway, sorry, that's a whole nother that's a whole nother issue for another day. I gotta look that one into it. But
It
how
doesn't do it
is
well.
uh like how not
There's
well?
there's added grain.
Hmm.
There's weird artifacting. You can see the edges. They're not as um aliased. Is that the right word?
I think so. I've seen that somewhere in the graphics area. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
not ideal.
Yeah.
Yeah, all I remember is No Man's Sky always screams at me at the beginning that my DLSS drivers aren't updated. It's like, oh, yeah, no kidding. I don't have DLSS drivers.
Are your NVIDIA drivers updated?
They're as good as it can be. You're not asking for new drivers. You're asking me to get a new graphics card ticket.
Yeah.
I'm with you, No Man's Sky. I totally would. I totally would, but
Can't even
we're
get one right now. Even if you wanted to. Even if you had the money.
even if I had the money, the graphics card pool is as dry as this tech news is.
That's true.
It's okay. We find a way to make it work with what we got.
Well, let's talk about the one with fire in it. Sony's new PS5 firmware can make your games run slightly faster.
Hey.
Even this one is boring because it's actually technically like a 2 to 3% jump with a 1% error rate. No, not 1%. 1% margin of error.
Okay. I mean, hey,
So,
whatever you can do to get the extra percentage of speed, or maybe no speed at all, depending on where that 1% margin of error lands. Could be worse for all I know. Anyway.
it doesn't
That's
seem like people know why this is the case.
yeah. Software magic, man. You have the most powerful hardware in the world, but if you don't have your software on lockdown, might as well just be a paperweight.
I mean, these things are really large paperweights.
They are. They'll hold a lot of paper for you. Well, that depends. It is a pretty tall device. It might hit the ceiling before you get all your paper. But
True. I don't know how to talk about this topic anymore.
yeah. Wasn't there a
Surface Pro
thing
8?
earlier about like
Huh?
reduced heat sinks or something on the PS5? Was that a thing
Yeah, I
for a
know that
while?
Steve from Gamers Nexus made a video on it. I didn't watch it though.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. I haven't seen any of the actual videos. I think I've only seen like was it Austin Evans's like reaction to the initial reaction to his
Yeah.
heat comments from the beginning.
As much as I love that guy and his videos, I trust Steve from Gamers Nexus a bit more when it comes to thermals.
Yeah. He sounds like he has it on lockdown.
Okay, Surface Pro 8.
Yeah, so
Man,
that's
this
about as
is
far as I got with the PS with the PlayStation.
exactly. There's not much we could talk about. Oh my gosh.
So there's a new Spider-Man game.
Hey, at least we're edging on 14 minutes.
That's true. We're getting there. I thought you were about to. I thought we were going off the rabbit hole of PS5 games. It's like, hey, at least we're getting another remake of GTA 5.
Oh no.
Oh yes, I'm waiting for that
Skyrim.
Skyrim remake. Yep, it's gonna happen.
It is. When?
Why specifically the fifth installment? What is it
Why
about
not
these
make a
two fives?
sixth?
What happened to 6? Anyway.
Okay,
Microsoft's
so
8.
what?
Oh, sorry, referring to the Surface Pro 8.
Oh yeah, Surface Pro 8. So it looks pretty close, right? Similar. It actually
It's
looks
got
more
a,
like the what's it called again? The Surface Pro X now. I think that the bezel shrunk a bit.
I think that if anything they took from the Pro X, they've taken that shrinked up bezels. I don't mind that.
So the rumor is that's going to be a 13-inch screen, which is ginormous by tablet standards, but yeah, 120 hertz, Windows 11, and they are finally putting in dual Thunderbolt interface.
Thunderbolt. It's happening. Possibly, allegedly. It's
Yeah,
allegedly happening.
I would actually be really happy about that. And apparently, they're actually doing away with the USB-A ports in favor of USB-C and Thunderbolt ports. So that's a yay and a no at the same time. But honestly, I feel like USB-C it's old enough to the point that most people have stuff for it.
No, yeah, we've all we're all both Mac and Windows alike. We're starting to get into the USB-C dongle life, whether we like it or not.
Yeah.
I think we've reached that point. It's okay. It's like you said, it's not okay, but it's okay.
Yeah.
I begrudgingly accept the future, like the lack of a
Okay.
headphone jack.
So there's gonna be a event on the 22nd. So look forward to a more energetic us on that day when we're not falling asleep. So
Ah, yes.
yes.
We will. I'm assuming it's gonna be an earlier time. We'll get ourselves a lot more caffeine going, and we might actually have more to talk about. Or at the very least, you'll probably see something about On Par to this time.
Yeah. And
Depends. There's
let's
a lot of
talk.
Surface Pros to talk about.
Yeah. Let's talk about the last thing. OnePlus.
One
I have
plus.
I have a bone to pick with this one. The reason why, so OnePlus is merging their code with Apple's Android OS. So of course we don't really know what it's going to look like, but I'm assuming that's going to look more like Apple than OnePlus, and I have a problem with that. Apple's isn't
Yeah.
bad. It's not bad at all. The issue is that OnePlus is very close to stock Android, and I like it. And that's
Yeah.
one of the reasons why I really like OnePlus devices.
You get the closest thing to Android One without going the Pixel or Android One.
Yeah.
I
And
can respect
honestly, if I wanted to have this like really nice OS, I would have gone with Xiaomi's. I really like my UI.
that. Yeah.
They're they're doing some pretty nice things with my UI. Have you ever seen my UI?
I think we've gone down this rabbit hole before. Is it actually spelled my?
My UI. It's Xiaomi skin.
Uh,
I really like it. I don't know how to explain it.
or it was MIUI. I spelled it like my, like yours and mine kind of thing. I somehow ended up in Iowa. Don't ask me how. I like this website. The MyUI, MyUI 12. The power of reality. Nature is full of life. Share my screen. Let's experience MyUI 12. Or at least this website. Chase your dreams. I also thought this Animax about super wallpapers. Props to whoever made the short video, dang.
Yeah, it's a really nice interface, and if I wanted something like that, I would get this.
No, yeah, this is nice.
I don't know.
Bigger
It's like kind of like the Apple aesthetic, but not.
Hmm.
You know what I mean by that, right?
No, yeah, it's the closest thing you'll get to an Apple-esque experience on an Android device. It's a
But
nice
it's
middle
not.
ground, I guess.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah. Anyway, I'm not necessarily happy with this direction, but oh well. I'm just
Yeah,
sad because I don't know if I'm going to get another OnePlus device ever again. Especially with all the
no,
issues they've been having, like with the benchmark fudging and stuff like that.
no, yeah,
OnePlus is not having a good year.
no, yeah. They've been having a rough time. It's just like a weird identity crisis going on with OnePlus.
Is that is that it?
I think that pretty much sums up everything we had.
That's weird. Well, I guess we will talk to you guys in the next video this Wednesday.
Yeah, look forward to. I guess this is more of a part two to this one at the length we're going.
Yeah. So
So
yeah,
Wednesday, the Surface
Wednesday.
will be unveiled.
Yeah. Well, we will talk to you in the next one. Bye for now.